only is there 10 worlds total, not only does the game keep going after the credits roll, not only is there a ton of additional content, the content itself is a lot more in depth and elaborate than I think a lot of people who rush through the game initially realize. This game has a rather robust achievement system in which you have to explore each and every level, nook and cranny, interacting with the environment in every single possible way to understand the the features and the ecology of the setting. You know, you are learning everything there is to learn about these creatures and about all the things you can do with them. And a lot of it is pretty convoluted and ridiculous. You know, there have been times where I've had to like, you know, unite a bunch of creatures into one area, or just like, you know, having to do something fringe or ridiculous, you know, like you have to, like, you make all sorts of weird discoveries throughout the game. Like, this isn't really the kind of game that you can blow through. In fact, as I play through the game, I've noticed that like there are a lot of times where I clear the stage pretty quickly, but in doing so, you miss out on a lot of features that aren't readily apparent. You know, this is not a traditional 2D platformer game. This is more of a sandbox title. And it's a sandbox title in which you won't necessarily find everything on your first trip to an area. And as a result of that, like, the game has a lot more replay value and longevity than I think a lot of people are expecting. You know, Princess Peach Showtime, which came from Goodfield a couple of years back, that was about like 6 hours long, and it did have like some completionist stuff.